Express.js. So we have worked on what is Node.js. We have already worked on modules, inbuilt modules of Node.js like OS, path. So many modules are there, events, so many modules, FS, file system. Few modules we use directly, few modules we use indirectly. OS path I have shown you how to use it directly. Events, HTTP, we don't use directly, we use indirectly through other modules. And we have also worked on how to use how to create our own module. Module is nothing but a JavaScript file. How to create a JavaScript module, how to export it, how to import it. And a module can be created in two ways. One is CommonJS and there is ES. ES module we have worked in React.js, CommonJS we are going to work in Node.js. So you can learn both. How to export, generate build. No. You cannot do that. What if you wanted to do that, for everything you have to write export before. Now you are creating a variable. Export, you create a variable. Export, you create a function. Then everything can be exported. Or module.export, in flower brackets, you mention what you wanted to. Whichever is compatible. If you wanted to export each and everything, you have to export. You have to use the keyword for export before that. Okay. Now, what are we going to do? We are going to learn a third-party module, third-party package called Express.js. Called Express.js. If you install this package and if you use the properties and the methods or variables and functions of this package, then our Node.js application can become a middleware or server. So can receive request and can send response. Can receive the request and can send response. Okay. So this we will try. This we will try. So what I will do for now, what we are going to do, we are going to create a React.js project and we are going to create Node.js project. Later we are going to work on database. Now we are going to work on this. We are going to work on this. We are going to work on this and this. Got a point? First of all, let me create a React.js project. We already know how to create this React.js project. So what I will do, I come here, I say intro. I have created a folder. So in this folder, I am creating a React.js project. Intro to Express.js, I am creating a React.js project, which is actually a client. Yes or no? So I will name it as client. The project name itself is client. So now I will open it. Okay. This is our React.js project actually. So in package.json, I am changing the project name to client. Now I wanted to run this project. Okay. Now we are in intro to Express. I say cd client. We are into client React.js folder and say npm. Now React.js project is started. Now what I wanted to do in our React.js project, I want to create a button. create a button. What it says, get a favorite cricketers. In the button. If I click on the button, I want it to send the request to the middleware. Middleware, he uses our Node.js application. I want it to send the request. And that middleware will send the response. Here we want it to display. That we wanted. Actually, we should get the data, our middleware should get the data from the database, actually. But right now, we are not working on the database. We are going to send some dummy data. Got a point? After some time, we'll start working on database. Got it? So now, React.js project is running. Now, I wanted to create a button. App.js. So what I do, I just remove unwanted stuff. I have removed all unwanted stuff and I'm creating get I've created it. Div needs to be closed. We have the button get favorite cricketers. Now that get favorite cricketers will be shown here. And click of it, I want to send the request. I wanted to get the data. So normally what I do, I'll create a, I can write it on click directly or I can create a function and call it. Anything is fine. So let get favorite cricketers or middle button. Now what I have to do first of all, I'll say let JSON data. The server is going to send in JSON format. Why server is going to send in JSON format? Every technology understands it, universal. So I'll say await. Now here I have to give the URL. First of all, we haven't created any API endpoint yet. Once I created that URL can be generated. Okay, now I'll just give dummy URL. Dummy URL. Then I have to specify get or post. So I'll say let request option. I'm creating an object. And this request options. Why showing await is error? Await expressions are only allowed within async functions. Async we haven't mentioned. So here we have mentioned this. Then the JSON data will be getting it. Once we get the JSON data, we have to convert it to JavaScript object. JSON data equal to await JSON data dot JSON. Then console log JSON data. This I have given it. Now what I will do, I'll say get the parity server and on click I will get it. this work or it won't work? It won't work because we have to give any URL. If earlier we have given fake store API dot slash products like that, that is the API endpoint. But here we want our own API endpoint. We call it as API endpoint. We haven't created which we wanted to create. That can be created using Express.js. Okay. Now what I will do, the basic setup is ready. If the basic setup is ready, if I click on it, we are ready to send, we are ready to receive, convert into JavaScript object and use it. But that main thing is not ready yet. Now that I wanted to make it ready, So now what I will do, I am going to create a folder. I am going to create a file outside this client. All React.js will be inside this client. All React.js will be inside this client folder. Now what I do here, I create server.js, index.js, app.js, any name is fine. Okay. Now I have created this server.js. This is where I wanted to write our Node.js. Then what I wanted to do, I wanted to create a package.json file because I wanted to be like React.js. So what I will do, now I have already running one terminal. I am clicking on this plus button. Now another terminal is running. I can create multiple terminals. Now we are in the intro to Express. That means this folder, I say npm init, enter. It will automatically ask for different things. I say enter. Our package.json file is ready. It is automatically starting server.js. Understanding? Then what I will do, I have already created the node command also. Start node server.js. So now if I say npm star, will run our server.js. But in our server.js nothing is there. I will write inside server.js. Now I'll just say npm start. You get a message saying inside server.js. Whatever the code I write, it will be coming. Now what I wanted to do, I wanted to make this node, this server.js as middleware. This is just a JavaScript module or JavaScript file, that's it. Now I wanted to make this as middleware. Understanding what I'm saying? See, if a person is hitting you, for example, I'm giving an example. If the person is hitting you, what do you do? Okay, slap me. You say that or you slap the other guy? What do you do? You also normally you hit them, you try to hit them. But if the police is hitting you, you slap that guy? Normally no. That is against the rules. Got a point? But if the same person wears the normal dress and tries to hit you, you try to hit them. But if the same person wears the uniform, he is on duty. Now you cannot hit him, but you will ask, why are you doing this? Got a point? The same person, if the same person wears uniform, he becomes police. Exactly the same file, if you install Express.js, becomes middleware. If you don't install, it becomes a normal JavaScript. Now, have we installed Express.js or not? No, we wanted to install it. So now what I will do is say npm install Express. clear, yes. npm install express. Now the package will be downloaded and installed. If you observe here, one more folder called node underscore modules will be created. Now we are telling to download express package. That is part of Node.js. We wanted to make it install. Now I have installed this. So now node underscore modules you can now node underscore modules you can see. Now installing is sufficient or we have to import? We have to import. Now I have to use import keyword or I have to use require keyword? Why required keyword? Node.js by default common JS modules. Now what I will do, all the required keywords will be at the top now. So I say constant express we have imported it using required keyword. That means we are using common JS. Any name you can use. Now this express is actually exporting a function. This express is a module. Module you can export variables, functions. Yes or no? This express is a module which we have downloaded, which is exporting a function. Exporting a function. Now what actually stores is a function. This function returns an object. See here they are exporting a function. That function we are storing into this. Now what I am doing, I am calling that function. Understanding? We can export variable, we can export function also. We have worked on modules. Express is a module which is exporting a function. That function we are storing into this. I am calling that function. Understanding what I am saying? And this function, whenever you call it, it gives us an object. It returns an object. I wanted to store that object. So what I will do, I will say const app. So first of all, I am importing the express. And once I import it, they are exporting function. So we are importing that. So we are storing into this. Now this is nothing but a function actually. See, express is a function which you are able to see. And we are calling that function which is returning, see, creates an express application. The express function is a top level function exported by the express module. The express function is a top level function exported by the express module. We have installed the express module. We have imported the express module. Whenever we have imported it, what we have imported, what they have exported, we have imported. What they have exported a function that we have imported. And I am calling that function which gives us an object which can store. Now if I roll over here, creates an express application. They will create an express application and return it. I am storing that into an app. Understanding what I am saying? So we have imported express. We have installed express, imported express, and we have called that express function which gives us an object called app. Now what I will do, I will say app.listen. App.listen. App.listen, what we have to do, we have to give port number. We have to give port number. Any port number you can give. I will tell you what is this 2233. Port number. Then callback. Port number we have given. Then callback function. Second parameter is the callback function. Now I say console log reasoning 4 2 3. Now we have created a middleware which listens to 4 2 2 3. I'll tell you what is this 2 2. See, it's like this. You know, if I now imagine if I make a call to HCL company, for example, if I make a call to HCL company, and then normally it receives by the receptionist. And if I say I wanted to talk to Mr. Shivnada, Shivnada is the head of the company. I'm giving example. So what they do, they know the extension of the Shivnada. So they say, sir, please wait, let me connect you to Shivnada. So they will type that extension, will be connected to them. Understanding what I'm saying? This port is like extension. This port is like extension. Understand? Now I have created the middleware. Now I wanted to receive the requests. Which request I wanted to receive? Get request I wanted to receive. So I have to create a API endpoint. Now how do I do that? Now you just say app dot which request you wanted to receive? Get. Now this receives get request sent by the client. If I want to receive post request, app dot this is receives post request. If I wanted to receive put or patch, app dot put or app dot patch or app dot. This receives delete request. This receives patch. This receives put. This receives put. This receives get. Which one we wanted to use? Get. So now I want to delete this. I wanted to receive get. Okay. Now here we have to give the URL first. What is the URL? Let's say favorite. Now this is the URL of the request. If you don't understand, don't worry. Once I finish it, you'll understand. Okay. Now this is the app which we have created by calling express function. Express function we have used it by importing it. How we have imported? First we have installed express, then we have imported express, then we have called express, then it gives the app object, that app dot listen, we are listening to this port, and app dot get this is the URL. Then here we have something called callback function. Now here request and response will get 2 parameters automatically. Now what I will do here, I'll say response dot JSON. Okay. Now I wanted to send an array. I wanted to send an array. First let me create an array. Let favorite cricketers array. Okay. Let's say searching. Someone my cricketers have created an array. We have already worked on array, remember? Now this is JavaScript array, right? So now I will copy this and send like this. Now this JavaScript array will be converted into JSON and send. You should not send JavaScript. Why? You should send inversion, so any technology can understand. We have actually created an API endpoint also, but you'll understand. Now, basically what I have done, I have created a server.js file. I wanted to make that as a middleware. So I have installed Express. After installing, then I have imported it. Why I have given named as Express here? Because Express module is exporting Express function. Express module is exporting Express function. That's why I have given the name Express function. You can give any name. And once I import the Express function, I am calling that Express function. Whenever I call this Express function, they create an application and gives it to that application I am storing. Then this application is listening to port 2233, and now we have created an API endpoint which get API endpoint. The URL is the favorite cricketers. Favorite cricketers request response and everything we have done. Okay, and what I will do now, I will run the application. Now I have created this JavaScript file. Now I will run it. How do I run it? npm start. Now if I say npm start, now see inside server.js listening to port 2233. That means it is waiting to receive the request in 2233. 2233 port. I'll tell you what is port you will understand. Okay, now our middleware is ready. Get request is ready. URL is ready. Array is ready. Converting to JavaScript. JSON is ready. Sending is ready. Now I am coming to client app.js. Now here I have to give the URL. Right? Now observe here. HTTP://. Now where is our server? Within the same system. The server is in some other place. I have to give the IP address of that system or URL of that system. Okay. Now the server is within the same system, right? That is the reason I type localhost. That means I am telling that the server is also within the same system. Then colon. What is the port we have created there? 2233. In localhost, our server is available in that port. Server is available in that port. / what is the URL here? This is the URL. Favorite? I'm coming here. So we are telling that HTTP:// that means through browser space. And localhost means we are telling that server is within the same system. 2233 is the port of that and the URL. Now, if I click on this button, we are sending a request to favorite cricketers, which is in 2233 port, which is in the same system. We should get some response. Let us see whether it works out. Now, I'll just see it here. Console log. Just to tell him to make a call. So now if I click on the button, on click it is coming. On click it is coming. On click this is calling this function. And here we are trying to look for same system 2233 port favorite ticket. That middleware is already running. We have said npm start, right? So that is already running. It it is listening to the port, then it should send the response. Let us see what happens. I am saying get priority. What is happening? Working or not working? Not working. Natural. Why it is not working? Why it is not working? The reason is because of the security by the browser. Because of the security by the browser. There is nothing wrong in server code. Browser is stopping it because of the security. Why? What is security now? Our React.js application is different. Our Node.js application is different. Our React.js application is trying to send a request to Node.js. Node.js is responding. Now our browser is saying, I don't know, I don't trust this. That's what it is saying actually. Now see, access to fetch at http localhost 2233 from origin localhost 3000 has been blocked by CORS policy. CORS means cross origin resource sharing. What is our URL here? Localhost 3000. That is localhost 2233. Two different things. Security is blocking by the browser. Now I don't want to block this. I don't want this security block to happen. So what I will do? There is a separate package called CORS. Moment is a package. Express is a package. The same way, there is something called CORS, is a separate package. If you install this package, that security issue can be solved. I will be telling you in detail how it works at later point. Now I have to install this package to overcome the security issue. So now what I will do, I am coming to Node.js. This is for React.js, this is for Node.js, two terminals. I am just stopping it. Then I'll say npm install CORS. Npm install CORS. I'll say enter. Now I am installing one more package for security. Now I'll come here. I will say const CORS while. Actually, this CORS is also a function. Express is a function, right? This CORS is also a function, right? Now what I will do, I'll say app.use say CORS. I'm calling this, we are calling this express function here, right? In the same way, I'm calling this CORS function in app.use. I will tell you why we have to write it in app.use at later point. I'll tell this why we have to write this in app.use at later point. We have a concept called express middleware function. Express middleware, that concept will be working at later point of time. For now, we just use like install CORS, import CORS, and use CORS. Now see what happens. Now let me start again. npm. Now listening to port 2233. Now see here. Now if I click on get priority getters, where are we getting this from? From the server. Right now our server is here. Even if the server is somewhere else also, still we can get it. We have to give the URL of that API endpoint. Every API endpoint will have a URL. Because that API endpoint is within our system, I have given localhost, port number in the URL. Now, Sachin, Dhoni, Ganguly, Rahul, Virat. Now, where is Rohit Sharma? Now, I will come here. Here, in our array, I'll add Rohit. I've added Rohit. Now, I am stopping the server. I am starting the server again. So, it shows the updated date. Now, I will send the request again. Understand? Complicated? So in Node.js, Express is a package. If we install and if we use it, that becomes middleware. So we have installed it and we have started using it. How do we use it? Express is a package. They have exported a function. That function we have imported it using require. Then we have called that function that is giving us an object, app object. That app object dot listen. We are specifying the port. The app object dot get, and we are giving the URL and the callback function. Got a point? Clear? Now, actually our Node.js application should connect to database and get the data normally, but we are not working on database. That's why we are just sending a dummy array. Now, I wanted to create one more API endpoint for favorite movies. So how do I do that? Here, I'll say app.get. I'm creating get services one. Get API endpoint. Slash favorite movies. Then callback function. We have already worked on callback function. In arrays also we have passed the callback function, right? So automatically we will get the request and response object as parameters. And here I am creating let favorite movies. Let's say Bahubali 1. 3, 4, 5. 1. Bahubali. In AGF1. I've created array. Now this is JavaScript array. And the response.json. I'm converting that into JSON and sending. Okay. Now how many API endpoints we have created? 2. Now I'll get one. Dot get favorite food. Now I'm creating an array. Let favorite Vivian love then response dot favorite. How many API endpoints we have created? 3. Dot get dash favorite. Which or we get those things automatically as well. Then let favorite actor boss. Then here response dot JSON favorite. I'm just creating again and again so you can I'll say dot get favorite. Yes. callback function. Request, response, vector, favorite places, singular, something I have created. Now, okay, response dot JSON. How many API endpoints we have created? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How many I can create? N number I can create. Now I have created 5 API endpoints. Now I'll come to app.js. Now let us see. I will create the multiple buttons. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Variegators, and I wanted to mention different things now. First we have created favorite cricketers, then favorite moves. Then I'll come here and change this to favorite moves. Then put actors places. Then put actors. Now I wanted to connect to the server and get the. Now I can create 5 separate functions, or I can pass the URL also. I can pass the URL. Now which is better in this case? Okay, for your better understanding, I'll create separate functions. Get favorite moves. Get favorite moves from server. First of all, there is no such function, so I'm creating one more. Let get favorite moves from server is equal to. I'm creating a function. I'll say let JSON data equal to await h HTTP. Where is our API endpoint? It's in the same system. So localhost. What is the port number? 2233 / favorite URL I have given it. Now it is showing error because we haven't used the same. Then we have to specify that this is get request. While sending the request, you have to tell what kind of request it is: get or post or put or patch or delete. That's why we are specifying it. Select option. Method. I'm passing this first option. Then once we get the JSON data, I'll select JSO data. We have to convert it, right? Await JSON data dot JSO. Converted. Then I'll say console log the JSO data. We have created 5 API endpoints. We are sending the request to 2 API endpoints. Now I have to stop the server and run it because I have done so many changes. So I have to stop it and I have run it. Now see what happens. Now I'm clicking on get favorite creators. We are getting. I'm clicking get favorite movies. Understanding what I'm saying. Now in favorite movies, I wanted to add Avatar also, the latest Avatar 2, which is not there. So I'm coming to server. In the server, I will add Avatar, Avatar 2. Now, if I click on get favorite movies, are you getting it? Why? I have to stop the server and then restart again. Server has to be restarted once you've done the settings. So I'll come here, I will stop it, and I'll say start it again. So now get favorite movies. Now how to get favorite food? Same thing. Now what I will do? Nap.js. So let get favorite food from equal to let now I have just created JSON data, JSO data, so you can understand it. Now I will directly create the food JSON. Understand? Food JSON data. Anytime you can give it some. It should be apt. That's it. Equal to await fetch. What is the URL? Uh, why we have to specify localhost? Because within the same system. If you try to access the API endpoint in my system, you have to give the IP address of my system. Or if my system has your URL, you have to give the URL of my system. Got a point? If I try to access the API endpoint in your system, yes, I can do that. But you have to give me your IP address too. Then I can access. Async. In the async means, whenever we say fetch, it connects to the server. Normally, server connects to database and gets the data and gives it to the client. It takes some time. We are saying here by writing await, we are saying please wait till everything is completed. That's why we are writing await. If I wanted to write await, I have to write this. Await means please wait till everything is finished. We call it as asynchronous code. Synchronous code means executes one after the other. Asynchronous code means waits. Now we are saying await, please wait till it is completed. That's why we are writing await. Await is asynchronous code. That's why we are telling to the JavaScript engine this is asynchronous code. That's what we are writing. Then I'll say let put the JSO data. Await. For the JSON data. Then console log. JSON. Now let me we are getting something wrong. Tar. website is giving a host 2233/favorite medium. Then I will call this on likewise I can do for actors places. Understanding what I'm saying? Now I am just getting the data and displaying it in the console. Can I display it in on screen? Yes. So now what I will do, I will create. I wanted to use a state variable here. The reason is whenever I run the application, state variable will have nothing, so nothing will be displayed. Whenever I click the button connecting to the server, getting the data and storing it into that state variable, automatically the screen will be refreshed. So it pops. So what I'll do, I'll say import here from here, and I'll import use state. Now I'll simply create a state variable. Let data empty array, and I wanted to populate it from array. So what I will do here is we have data is an array dot map. Array dot map we have worked, right? So I'm just creating a callback function. I'll say element. Any name you can give. Here I'll say data h2 element. Close bracket element. Now if I run the application, you don't see anything because the array is empty. So nothing is populated. It is trying to populate, but nothing is there. But on click of the button, once we receive the data, once we convert it into JavaScript object, then I set data, then let's say JSO data. I'm assigning that state variable. Now if I click on this, I should see that. Understanding? You can ignore this unique key prop. Now what I will do the same thing for movies also. Movie state as an state variable. Also I'm assigning. Now see what happens. So cricketers, movies, good. Understanding what I'm doing? Complicated? Okay. I will make it little more spicy. Now I wanted to send images also, for example. What I will do, Sachin Dhoni Ganguly. So now I want to send the URL. So I'll say Sachin Tendulkar Wikipedia. I click copy image address. Now in our server, we are sending actually array of strings. what I will do, I will convert that into object. Array of objects. We'll say key name is the key, comma, empty. We'll give the URL of that. And then Dhoni. Then I'm getting Dhoni image URL, image address. Then what I will do, I will send an object name here. Now I'm sending only to remaining, deleting it. I can send multiple if I want. And while reading it here, what I will do, I create a div. That is div element dot name. Then IM element dot. This works only for cricket. Okay, remaining we haven't worked. I changed the server code, stopping it, again starting it. Now, I click on get favorite cricketers. Who is sending the image in text? Server is sending the image in text. The same fake story API we have tried, right? But they are sending so many details. Actually. Now I can collect favorite movie posters and titles, like put everything in it. Complicated. So Express is a, you see Node.js website, go to Node.js website. Node.js website, you just go to docs. In docs, you just go to this API. Here are able to see a package called HTTP. HTTP package also we can use, even if you use HTTP package. That also makes your Node.js application to server. But it has very limited features. And it is complicated. This Express company has taken this HTTP, improvised it and simplified it, and released it as Express. So we use HTTP package, but not directly, indirectly. Got a point. See, I'm giving an example. You wanted to get a license. You go to RTO office, stand in queue, fill the form. They'll say that is missing, this is missing, come tomorrow, day after tomorrow, like. Giving an example. But you are fed up with that and you approach the mediator. That guy has to go through that guy only again. What is the advantage you get? Easy. He will ask you, sir, please send me, sir. Please send me photos, sir. Please sign it, sir. Please just 10 minutes. You start the vehicle and stop it. I'll get it done. That is like Express. HTTP is like the employee. Express is like mediator. Makes simple for you, fast for you, effective for you. Exactly. Got a point? Understood how to use Express? we are going, there are so many things are there in Express. We are going step by step. So from today onwards, you have to create two projects. One is React.js project and there is Express. If you see our project, all these days we have worked on this only. We have worked on only one node modules. Now we have two node modules. One for React.js, one for Express. Understanding what I am saying? Clear? Then you create server.js, then you create package.json, and you install it. Now I have installed Express. Express is stored. I have installed cars. I will be covering cars in detail at that. Now observe here. I am clicking on get favorite cricketers, which we are getting the data. But if I comment this course, I'm commenting this course, restarting the server. Now see whether it works or not. I'm clicking on it. Is it working? Why? Security. You have overcome the security issue. I'll be covering in detail. Understand now? Okay, just to show you briefly. You just go to network. You are able to see favorite cricketers. I have clicked on it. Are able to see response header. We have two things: request headers, response headers. Are able to see. Request header means we are sending the request. Response header means server is sending the response. Now, here in response headers, how many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 are there. How many? 7. Now, what I will do, I will uncomment this. I will stop the service and start. Now, what I will do, I will send the request again. We are getting the response of it. Now, I am clicking on the favorite cricketers again. Now, in response headers, tell me how many are there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That means one is extra added. What is that one? Are able to see access, control, allow, origin, start. If I add cost there, this is one thing extra we are getting. Now, browser is actually seeing this and it says, okay, I can accept it. That's what it is. See, normally, kids are trained in such a way that if any stranger gives you chocolate or biscuit, don't take it or don't eat it. That's what we train kids. Now, your mom is there. Kid is standing nearby. Someone came and give a chocolate. Normally, kid is supposed to say no. Now, kid is saying no. Because mom trained the baby that you should not take. But mom says, okay, take it. Don't worry. He is our relative. Then what kid does? Takes it. Exactly the same thing. Browser is designed in such a way that don't accept anything which is coming from the external sources. That's why it is blocking. Now, from server, we are adding access, control, allow, origin, star. That means we are telling, please accept it. from the response. It is accepted. Got your point? So if you add cos, it is actually adding one line in response extra. Browser is reading that one line and accepting that. If that line is not there, it will not accept. That's what actually cos is. Got a point. Now I want you to try this. I want you to try this. For now, in Node.js application, you use URLs from internet directly. I'll tell you how to use URLs from within the Node.js. Got a point? Right now, you use URLs from internet directly. Don't create a images folder. You can do that. You should know a few more things for it. Got a point? So for now, you just use it. Now, what I want you to do, I want you to create. Now, I want you to create two applications. One is React.js, and there is Node.js, which is middle. Now, what I want you to do, I want you to create the latest mobile phones. Okay. Latest movies, latest cars, like that. Whenever I click on this button, you have to send a request to the middleware. You should get the response. You display that. Understanding that I want to write. If it is complicated, still don't worry. We are going to work on this so many times. Actually, we have one more is there called database. We are not touching it. We are not touching it. Got a point? That we'll be discussing it later. Right now, we are working on get. The next few sessions also we will be working on get. After few sessions, we'll be working on post batch get. Understood the task? I want to try this. Now you have to create two projects, two package.json, two more node modules. But don't send me two node modules. You remove both node modules. Once you send me the project, now I have to say npm install twice. One from React.js, one from Node.js. Understand it? Will you learn it is complicated once you learn it? Xbox is easier, complicated. But at the starting, you have to practice a lot. Now it is easy. It is also the same. Now you understood the advantage of using state variable. Initially it will be empty. Whenever you receive the data to that state variable, automatically. We take attendance.